What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rant. No hate. So I want you guys to just check out something real quick. I want to speak on this for a second. And I just want y'all to hear these words from these individuals' mouths. This is Bozzy Ennis, and let's hear what he has to say.
With Boots and with this Matchroom signing, why Eddie Hearn, why Matchroom, Bozzy? Because obviously you had an influence on that.
Yeah, I think that Eddie Hearn is the guy that we need because I like the way he moving his fighters. He moving his fighters very well, and they fighting regular though. And a lot of the other network I don't like talking about, but we were sitting around waiting.
PBC.
You know, we sitting around waiting, and we were supposed to fight in March, and that didn't take place.
PBC.
You know, I don't really want to speak about them anyway, but I think the move that we made with Eddie is a great move. You know what I mean? Because I like what he's doing, and plus, remember, I got Andy Gomez with him too.
What does the next 12 months look like for Boots, in your opinion, from your discussions with Eddie Hearn? From your discussions with Eddie Hearn, what does the next 12 months look like for Boots?
I think it's going to be a hell of a ride the next few months. Would you say 12 months? I think we probably get maybe two fights out of this year, maybe three. But the way Eddie moving, we never know. We might get the three fights that we want.
A lot's been spoke about Terence Crawford. Is that a fight that you want for Boots soon?
Well, that's the fight I wanted for Boots. You know what I mean? Back then. You know what I mean? And before Terence, I wanted Spence, because Spence was undisputed, and that's what I wanted. And then after him and Crawford fought, then we went after Crawford, but we had wanted to fight both of them. Yeah, I mean, even back then, we've been trying to fight them guys back these 3 years ago. You know what I mean? So, and then we couldn't get them. We tried to get, what's this, Stenonis. We tried to get Thurman. What's the other boy name? Was up there at one time, too. Ortiz.
Virgil Ortiz.
But at that time, they didn't really wanted to fight Boots at that time because they down the line. But I understood that too. You know what I mean? When they said down the line, because that'd be a big major fight. You know what I mean?
What will it mean for you? What does it mean to you to sign with Eddie? Obviously, I spoke to your dad there, and he said that the activity is a major part in the signing with Eddie Hearn. How active do you want to be?
As active as I can be. I like to fight three times a year. Or more. I love fighting. So.
There's a story here that I'm going to tell you. You might not remember this. I asked your dad, he remembered. There was a few guys came from my city.
All right, so bottom line is this. This is what Jerron Boots Ennis is going through. I've spoken about this and I've said this already a ton of times. He's now going through the same thing Thurman went through, Spence went through, Crawford went through. And for you to have all of those guys, imagine if he would have actually been able to fight all those guys. If all of those guys would have actually fought each other. I just really honestly don't understand where the changing of the mind happened to where foolish people get upset simply because people want to see the best fight the best. And I always say, I mean, along with the ignorance is just like, yeah, you must not feel confident that the fighter that is being called out can win. And that's the fighter you like. Y'all have no problem with saying he's not ready, he can't win, oh, this will happen, that will happen. We don't care about what you think. That's the whole point. Let's make the fight happen. This man, just think about how long. Okay, so yeah, like 3-4 years ago, they're trying to get these fights. So my point is, when it comes to Boots, whenever you open your mouth to say he ain't fought nobody, listen, he fight the best guys that's available. You really don't just jump in and fight just to fight. The fights need to make sense. You need to get the experience. You need to fight guys that can, help you get sharp. Not just have a bunch of junk fights that mean nothing. Let's be real. And you want to be active. Now, it's obvious that they left the PBC. And his father didn't want to get into it, discussions about them. But, everybody kept talking about how the PBC has all the welterweights. The PBC has all the best fighters. The PBC this, right? The PBC tried to keep everything in-house. And if you look at the PBC, Boots wasn't moving the way he wanted to. Okay? Look at Andy Ruiz. Look at Deontay Wilder. Look at all of these fighters that they have that's inactive. You got the Charlo brothers. All these fighters on their roster, but they aren't doing anything. Yet, for some stupid reason, people are choosing brands like this is like the PBC is the WWE and Matchroom is AEW or something like it. It's so stupid. But this man wanted to fight against Errol Spence. That didn't happen. Wanted to fight Crawford, Keith Thurman. Those fights didn't happen. Wanted Joel Ortiz. That didn't happen. But when you say he hasn't fought anybody, how can you fight a person that don't want to fight you? Timing, where different fighters are at different parts of their career, all that stuff comes into play. But the point is, if the fighters want the fights, they push for them. Whatever happened to how easy it is to make a fight happen? When the best want to fight the best, is easy. The crazy part about it is all of these Saudi cards, and this card that's even coming up in the States, where Andy Ruiz is on it and Crawford is on it. Eddie Hearn said this was another 48 hours, boom. 48 hours. So the whole thing with that is these fighters need to get off their lazy asses and train. These promoters, these different, sanctioning bodies, all these powers that be, all the people involved in these fights, man, they need to work like a well-oiled machine, and these fighters need to take their health serious. They need to be in shape. All of the, fighters out here smoking and smoking weed, smoking a hookah, taking all kinds of nonsense that they don't need to. I mean, like, they're not focused on being the best fighter. They're focused on being the richest fighter, but they don't want to put the work in that they should. Then the fighters that want to put the work in, you guys don't want to see it. And I'm telling you, all of these fighters are going to do the same thing, because they're going to remember the struggle to get to where they are. Now they're there. You think they're going to just be rationing off fights to people? Nope, they're going to have the same, man, when I was coming up, nobody wanted to give me a break. So, hey, I'm going to take advantage of everything that I can possibly get for myself the same way it was done to me. And the same way you hear me saying this, like I keep telling you, at some point, if Boots get there, more than likely it's going to be the same thing. Unless the business model of boxing change, where people actually start to care about legacy. Maybe with certain people being involved, the Eddie Hearns, the Turkey a la Sheep guy, and, Frank Warren, and certain, hey, maybe. Because that's what it's going to take. The business model has to change for the boxer's mind to change. Just like fighters of old wanted to be the best fighters. They wanted to make money, of course. It mattered. They wanted to fight, and they wanted to make as much money as they could, but they wanted to fight the best fighters. These fighters now just gotten to the point, they don't care who they fight as long as they're getting paid for it. Hey, and if it's a soft touch, why not? I just went and made some millions for fighting a guy that's not even worth being in the ring with. So this is all I'm saying. And just hearing, look, I don't care nothing about who you think is going to win. Even if you think Jerron is going to win, I don't care. The point is, these fights should happen. And look, plain and simple, Terence Crawford, right? Who was it? The WBA sent out a statement saying a tweet that Terence Crawford is still their champion. He'll hold the belt up through the August 3rd event. So what I'm telling you, as long as he's holding on to the belt, right, then yeah, his name's gonna be called. Fighters are gonna want to fight him. For him to hold on to the belt, that means he has to agree to it. And for him to agree to it, guess what else that means? He's still paying sanctioning fees for belts at 147. So every time y'all keep saying, oh, but he's at 154, yeah, but he's still the champion at 147 as well, and he's paying sanctioning fees to do so. That's bargaining chips. That's leverage. Why? What if he loses to this guy? What if he decides, you know what? 154 might be a little out of my range. I think I'm going to stay at 147. You understand what I'm saying? Or if he loses to this guy badly, well, I still have a title at 147. I can go back there. And hey, I still got a big fight with Boots. Boots is the only person left at 147 that is like a big fight. You understand what I mean? There's nobody else at 147 that you should want to see him fight other than Boots. So when you guys keep yelling out, Boots ain't ready, Boots don't. Okay, so wait. You think Tim Tszyu will beat Terence Crawford? Nope. You think Fedor will beat Terence Crawford? Nope. You think Jamel Charlo will beat him? Nope. Y'all don't think that these guys will beat Crawford? Y'all don't think Spence will beat Crawford? Okay. So even if he goes, and let's say he's successful and he becomes undisputed at 154, he'll probably retire after that unless there's a fight on the table for him to make like an enormous amount of money, like surpass anything he's ever made. He'll probably retire. But my point is to point out the fact Boots won't beat him. Okay, you don't think none of those guys will beat him. So aside from the accomplishment, no problem. I never once said Terence Crawford was wrong for going to 154. I'm saying the fact that he's going to 154, he didn't clean out the division. No, he didn't, because he didn't beat Jerron Boots Ennis. Now you can say, in terms of Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, he came to that division when those were the top guys there. But at the same time, Boots is there on the come up, and none of those guys wanted to fight Boots. Okay, Crawford, he's not fighting him either. So even to say if they give him $25 million, well, you know, let's be real. If you yourself haven't made $25 million, do you really think they're gonna get the money to pay him? So no. If Boots is willing to go to 154, do you think it's a smart move? I'm gonna go to 154 just to chase one particular guy? No. Now, y'all didn't think it was a crazy idea that Terence Crawford is calling out a guy at 168 pounds. What does Canelo have to do with 147? Nothing, right? So you know Canelo's not going down there. But because he called his name, and we know Canelo has been dodging and ducking Benavidez forever, okay? But at the same time, what I'm telling you, why was that not crazy? Just because you won undisputed at 147 and 140, that got nothing to do with 168. You understand what I'm saying? So because somebody called your name, or you're ducking because he called your name and you won't fight him. Listen, that's just as, not quite as stupid. Not quite as stupid, but it's almost as stupid as Baumgartner thinking that she's going to go up and beat, Clarissa Shields. But we all know she never wanted that fight. But at least for Canelo, he's just like, nah, I gain nothing if I beat Crawford. I beat him, they're going to say he's too small. The same excuse people made for him for losing to Beagle. They're going to make the same excuse for Crawford if he was to lose. Okay? Me pointing out the facts is just that. But for people to want to see a fight, well, it's more realistic that you fight somebody that's in the same weight class as you than somebody 2, 3, 4 weight classes up from you. And on top of that, you guys said, he just want to fight the best. Okay, Boots is one of the best. All he wants is the opportunity to prove it. So y'all make it seem like he's going to lose when he's fighting Boots. So how many years have Bob Arum and different people been saying, yo, Crawford can't draw. He can't, he's not popular. He can't put asses in seats. Okay, then. The same way he was having frustrations and irritation with his promotion, but he stayed with them. You heard what Bazzi said. The fact that Matchroom, their fighters are fighting often. They're getting the fights. They're active. And what I'm saying, I've been saying this from day one. I think that not only Matchroom put on the better fights, the better cards, but they're more consistent. And overall, it's like you're getting different people jumping on these cards to keep active, whereas the PBC isn't really moving. I've been saying that. I don't care what you choose to take sides with. That's childish and petty stuff to me, but that's all it is these guys want to fight. And I don't understand how the hell we get to a point where somehow, some way, a guy is wrong for wanting to fight the best. So all of these, as a matter of fact, when you look at all those guys that I named, that Bonzi said too, that they were trying to fight, from Thurman, from Ortiz to Crawford to Spence. Think about it. If we would have had those fights, but they didn't happen. And I'm just being honest with y'all. It's not boxing fans, different boxing personalities that's against that fight. It's nothing but Crawford fans talking this dumb shit. Oh, man, he ain't ready. Oh, he'll get smoked. Okay. Y'all have no problem running your mouth talking about what happened, but as soon as someone says, this is a good fight, oh, man, why you got to fight Boot? Like, I really don't understand you guys. I just don't. You make zero sense. The fight will probably never happen. But once again, because if I'm looking at the way Crawford is talking, and even when they asked him about going to 160, on one interview, he was saying, well, we see what happens, after this fight. Then if I'm still champion, 154, whatever, I can, become undisputed, and we'll see. Maybe we'll go to 160. He doesn't have interest in fighting at 160. He doesn't. Listen, at his age, to try to go in now, I want to, I want to make history by trying to be undisputed in 3 divisions, now 4. Okay. Too old for that shit, man. Y'all make it seem like these fights are gonna happen every like once he's gonna fight once a month or something. Like, no, that's unrealistic because of his age. Okay, but at the same time, he doesn't want to go to 160. He's not. Look, when you look at 154, there are some respectable names there. 160 is lesser known names, but if he was willing to go to 168, I told you it was just simply for the Canelo fight. I told you, because if it was about 168. He would have use common sense, y'all. If it was about 168, he would have said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go there. I'm going to beat Benavidez's ass. I'm going to beat David Morrell's ass. And you know what's going to happen? Canelo's going to have nowhere else to go. He's going to have to fight me, or he's going to have to explain to people why he's scared to fight me. Now, if that was to actually happen and he beat Benavidez and he beat Morrell, could Canelo talk about Crawford being too small? No, he couldn't. He can't say he's Mexican. So that's the reason he won't fight him. He's about to fight a Mexican now, right? It's just the one that they call the Mexican monster. He don't want to fight that Mexican. So he's making every excuse to not fight him. But at the same time, Crawford is in a position to go after what he's going after at 154, and that's that. But goddamn, I mean, all these guys want is a fight. Are y'all falling apart acting like he acting like he's asking, could he have sex with his daughter or something? Like, y'all seriously, I don't understand this generation. I truly don't. Man, we wanted to see Holyfield and Tyson fight. We wanted to see Roy Jones and Terry Norris fight. These are fights we wanted, and these fights we did that didn't happen, but we wanted these fights. And what I'm saying is, it wasn't about, well, I like this fighter and I like this fighter, so I don't want to see them fight. Well, this ain't no buddy system, man. No, let's go. Y'all in the same weight class or weight class apart. You understand what I'm saying? And bottom line, that big fight feel is gone because, as I said before, man, it just feel like a bunch of kids. It don't even feel like grown men, warriors, gladiators going in the ring to fight. The majority of these fights just feel like a bunch of little high school kids just, fighting over a video game, or you stole my girl, or some little childish, petty nonsense. That's what it feels like. Now when you lose a fight, let's troll the guy that lost. All types of nonsense. It just doesn't have that feel to it anymore. The mindset is different, and you can see it. The whole business model of boxing has been money, 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 more money. I don't care if he's if he's the mandatory for 3 years. Money, money, money. No, dodge him. Don't fight him. No, don't worry. I'll make up an excuse. I'm the president of the sanctioning body. I'll take the bullet for you. That type of nonsense. And that's all these guys, they just want to fight. That's all. And I'm like, no, let me play this and let them hear it. All the ignorant stuff, I don't care who you think is going to win. But when you sit here and take the time to type comments or even make videos, other content creators, to sit up and talk about Terence Crawford to do this and that, okay, cool, let's see it. We don't give a shit about what you think would happen. I like both of them as fighters. It doesn't matter if I like them as fighters or not. They're both skillful. They're both talented. Hey, Why not get it? We understand the situation. But that's just like, and the funny thing is, they're not even the ones talking trash. It be the fans talking trash. They be the ones, but man, he ain't ready, he ain't fought nobody. Right. So when we ask the question, well, who is this guy Dracula fought? Who? And without Googling it or going on YouTube to pull up fights, you can't name nothing about this guy. So how the hell are you going to sit up here and make a hypocrite out yourself? Of all the excuses, that's the one that you should scratch off your list to say that Boots didn't fight anybody and accomplish nothing like this guy with 11 fights did. Come on with that nonsense. And like I said, at least Boots has a belt. The same one he stripped from Crawford for not fighting him. What does this guy have? He's just in a title fight. Now, you mean to tell me out of everybody in that division at 154, a guy with only 11 fights is in a position to fight for a title? Just saying. Just saying. It is what it is. We just want to see the best fight the best, that's all. Now, whether this fight happens or not, I really don't personally care. But given the boxing news and having an understanding of how things go, and I mean, damn. Some of you have the type of mentality, it's like somebody could say to you, hey, listen, are you going out? Yeah, I'm about to go to the restaurant. Oh, could you bring me back a cheesesteak? Oh, sure, no problem. You want every day out, the works. Hey, oh, thank you, I appreciate you. Okay. Hey, go to oh no, I got it, ain't nothing. You go order the food, bring the food back. The person starts eating and you go, what are you doing? What do you mean? Why are you eating it? What do you mean why I'm eating it? I didn't know you was going to eat it. What the hell you think I asked you, could you bring me a cheesesteak back for? Was I going to sit here and sniff it? Like that's the type of logic a lot of y'all have. Y'all just get angry about the stupidest things and y'all act so shocked because a fighter want to fight a certain fighter. You had idiots talking about Inoue going up fighting Tank, and I'm like, y'all want to see Inoue get killed, man? Like y'all see, that's the problem with fanboys. Y'all don't think with logic and reasoning and smarts, and y'all not honest even with yourselves. You see a guy fight a guy in his weight class. You see a guy move up and fight another guy in the class up, but now you still overlook he has to go up 2 more weight classes to get to the guy that you're talking about, and that guy ain't no fucking pushover at all. And he's not in the position he's in for just to be there. Inoue is smarter than y'all though, because Inoue himself said he know he's seen too many fighters go up and they can't perform the same way. He's perfectly fine in his right right weight class, like he called it. Y'all just say things like that. Y'all want to see now what's so intriguing about Inoue versus Tank Davis when after he go up to 135 and get knocked out. When the first thing gonna come out y'all fitting, oh, he dared to be great. Oh, give him credit. He went up 2 weight class. Okay, and he came up already from a smaller weight class, right? Which is exactly the reasons why we're saying what we're saying in the first place. So every fight that just because somebody say 2 names don't mean that the fight that it should happen. Same way how, like I said, hey, if Baumgartner winds up going over 54, so be it. My whole thing was she was bullshitting the whole time. I know, and it's like she don't want that smoke, man. But she's talking. You call somebody's name out, but you're not willing to go to their weight class. I respect that about Crawford, that, hey, you calling out Canelo's name, and he's willing to go to 168. Okay, but at the same time, Inoue didn't even call out Tank Davis. This was fans coming up with this nonsense. For whatever. Y'all think that, and the same thing, how y'all looked at Canelo, y'all try to do the same thing with Inoue, like he's superhuman or something. But at the same time, man, people not caught up into this nonsense y'all are talking about. For the people that just use common sense, we're smart enough to know there's certain fights that shouldn't happen. And when you think that Terence Crawford versus Boots is one of them, something is seriously wrong with you. Certain fights shouldn't happen because certain fights is just a complete mismatch, too small, not skilled enough, things of that nature. Stop playing. Boots ain't no joke. Y'all just some hating ass people that just don't like to see progress in certain fighters. So bottom line, y'all just want Terence Crawford to be on top of the heap and just rule and run things without being challenged by anybody. And whoever he choose to fight is the lucky one. That's the way y'all look at things. You know, and y'all know damn well Boots is there. Y'all, you know, like I always said, talking and running your mouth is one thing, but when it comes time to put up, y'all not the ones in there fighting. Y'all not promoting the fights, and y'all don't even have experience in those areas. Y'all ain't never fought yourselves. And if y'all was in that same position, put yourself in Boots' position. And you in the same, would you be sitting there going, well, I could understand why Crawford don't want to fight me. I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope that I get lucky one day. Or would you be out there like, yo, what's going on? I'm here. And I got your belt and you still don't want to fight me? Okay. So no, they're not dwelling on Terence Crawford. The man was asked a question like he said, yeah, he wanted that, but of course. And I remember when Spence was unified. And I'm saying, yeah, that'd be a good fight, him and Boots. I wanted to see the fight. And y'all know whoever Spence fights, like, nah, I'm going with Spence. But I'm like, nah, this kid Boots is nice. That'd be a solid fight. And I'm like, yo, may the best man win. That would be a solid fight. Oh man, he better sit his little ass down. He ain't ready. Blah blah. All the same shit. Didn't Spence run that same shit on Crawford? You too light in the ass. As soon as I beat you, they gonna say you too small. How'd that fight go? But y'all don't learn, do y'all? Y'all just love to talk and say things and not pay attention that, you know, this is all just history repeating itself. It's just different people doing the same things that people before them did. It's just that Boots is in a situation where all these fighters are still active and still fighting. That's all. That's all this is. So yeah, Terence Crawford is still ranked as the WBA champion, and he still all those other belts. He's still the champion. But the WBA, they actually made a statement about it. So yeah, it is what it is, man. But that's all it is people want to see a fight. Y'all need to just grow up, man, and understand. Like, you know, y'all the type of people that'll play somebody in Uno or something and win, and then don't want to play no more because you're scared you're gonna lose. That's like that pettiness. That I'm not really confident, but yet y'all, man, I beat you. You can't beat me. I beat you. Right, you did. So play again against anybody. No, y'all scared. Let me play somebody that's not that good. It's not that smart, that good of a thinker type of thing. That's how y'all think, and that's why y'all scared to see these fights happen. Man, I like Boots as a fighter. I like Crawford as a fighter. And at the same time, I'm like, hey, get it. Now, if Crawford does stick around and Boots stock rise, and let's say he become a bigger star than Crawford, because you got to remember too, all right, Crawford's what? Crawford, he's another one, been 35 for like 5 years. But bottom line, at some point, what you think gonna happen? And if he gets desperate and it ends up, like I said before, being one that if it ends up being that fight where he get in there and Boots beat the living shit out of him, all of that, oh man, he waited till he got, oh no, he didn't wait to nothing. Crawford didn't want to fight him. And it went the way it went. And it's not going to take the ass whooping away. It's not going to take the L off the record. It's not going to do none of that. So it doesn't matter. So the older Crawford gets, it is only worse for him if he ever decided he's going to make that fight. But y'all don't think like that. That's like, you know, somebody's calling you up when you're 30, when you're 33. No, you're going to wait till you're 39 to want to fight the motherfucker. Yet, when you're 39, this motherfucker's just 30. Or 28, 29. It's, you know, wake up, people. Wake up. It's a sport. This is how they make their money. This is how they help each other to make money. That's why when the Charlos was talking that nonsense about, what's my man name? That just went and fought against Benavidez and got the shit beat out of him. Do y'all forget that fight? That's what's crazy too, because all the shit they talking about Haney, what's my man name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. And he went on there and just got his ass beat the fuck up by, but he didn't get clowned the way Haney did. And I'm like, I don't understand all the trolling and clowning just because somebody lose a fight. I know it's one thing that people want to shut the mouths up of the fans that talk shit because they be saying a bunch of shit that the fighters are not even saying. And some of these fighters, I get it, that you want to see them lose because they have the arrogance and all that or whatever. But I'm just saying, Demetrius Andrade. But I'm just saying, it's like all of this trolling because somebody lose. Like, this is the childish level we on now. So somebody lose, they're garbage, they're trash, they're a bum, or we have to troll because somebody lost. I mean, fuck Benavidez, fuck Demetrius Andrade up. Where was all the trolling at for him though? as opposed to Haney. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But he lost. That's it. Got his ass whooped. Nobody could deny nothing. Nothing. Plain and simple, the better man just won. But yeah, we not in this era of time no more where grown-ups speaking, grown-ups speak to be heard and they have something to say. It's just a bunch of little kids running around here talking. I don't care if you got gray hair. Just a bunch of little kids talking, running their mouth and ooh, nah, nah, my fighter won. That's y'all, man. All this man wanted is a fight. And he's trying to fight the best. And all y'all talk about is how he's not ready. He ain't ready. He need to sit his ass down. No, y'all need to shut y'all asses up because y'all don't want to see anything. Y'all the type of people that put limitations on people. I promise you. We had a visitor here today, a 19-year-old, and I hadn't seen her in a little while. She came to see the family, grew up with my sons and stuff, and we're talking, and she was telling me how, people, she's in a certain situation. They're telling her, "Oh, why you need to save money? You don't need a savings account. You don't need a car. Why are you putting limitations on people? People like that, a lot of times, I don't know their full agenda as to why they're saying what they're saying, but she knows she has to do what she has to do, and she came here. She needed a ride, and she got put off here, and we was here, and we welcomed her in, and she came in. People like that, a lot of times, they're selfish. They want to feel needed. They want to feel like you can't accomplish things without them. And if they don't feel needed, they don't feel like they have any value. So they try to limit you. Oh, you don't need that. Well, if you need something, I'll take you out. No, I don't need nobody to take me to work back and forth. What if something happened to your car? What if something happens to you? So why would I not save money? Why would I not have a savings account? Why would I, all of these things. Yeah, people that do that is because they have their own agenda. They're selfish and they're not thinking about you. Same way y'all do these fighters. Y'all sitting up here because you like a particular fighter. Let's make a big fuss because he's being called out. Like he's above everybody and can't get, No, but yet y'all accuse Floyd of ducking people. Now, if this was Floyd Mayweather right now, and it was Floyd instead of Terence Crawford, you guys would be all over that shit. No, man, why Floyd don't want to fight Boots? Yeah, just so happens y'all like Boots. Y'all be saying the same shit, but it's funny. Y'all selective, like I said. I just wanted y'all to hear that. Maybe hearing them talk, you see, there's not even any malice of the heart towards this dude. And what does it matter anyway? It's boxing. These motherfuckers don't have to like each other. Ain't no shit talking. It's just plain and simple. Hey, we want to fight. Well, we couldn't get that fight. And that's that. It's the fans that make all this big fuss about it. And that's why I bite y'all heads off at times because it's you toxic ass people. It's you toxic people that just run your mouth and always want to be a fanboy. And the thing is, y'all proud about being fans. Y'all love, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm going to start dropping that N and replacing that N with another letter. Some of y'all move real funny, man. Anyway. Talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.